Live from Fargo and serving you on TV, online, and on the go. This is Valley News Live at 9 on Fargo CW.
Well, it sure was a cold one out there today, and it's turning to be a quite chilly night. Good evening, and thank you so much for joining us tonight. Let's send it right over to meteorologist Robert Hahn for a look as to what we can look forward to this weekend. Robert, it is so cold. It feels like fall's gone away already.
Yeah, for a little while anyway. It's going to feel kind of wintry. We do have some freeze warnings in effect for much of the area. We'll show you that graphically. And yeah, a chilly day today, going to give way to an even chillier night tonight. Taking a live look outside on the CorwinAuto.com Valley Skycam. Traffic moving along nicely. Your pavement is dry, but cold. 42 degrees right now. Feels more like 35. Winds out of the west at 14. Winds continue to slowly subside, and they'll do so, becoming light as we head through the overnight hours tonight into tomorrow. Already below freezing down in Sisseton, 31 degrees there. Less cloudiness. The clouds in our area acting like a blanket, keeping some of that heat, that warmth, what little warmth we do have out there in place. 37 in Valley City, also 37 in Bemidji and in Wadena. Winds, as mentioned, are slowly subsiding. Still seeing a few gusts over 20 miles per hour. Those winds again becoming light overnight tonight. There are the clouds decreasing from west to east, and as they do so, that'll allow temperatures to drop on off. Underneath those clouds, this is all interference with the radar, but this area right here could be a few sprinkles, maybe a few flurries across the far northern valley. Northern plains, pretty quiet till you get up into Canada. You've got some rain showers and some snow showers up in that region. And across most of the country, relatively quiet until you get down into the southeastern United States. Hurricane Matthew continues to slowly slide off towards the north. Tornado watch in effect for that area. Numerous flash flood warnings along the coast. Some areas have already seen upwards of 10 inches of rain, and then they're going to have the storm surge flooding on top of that, including the Savannah area, the Hilton Head Island area, the Charleston area. Going to see some significant storm surge flooding as we head through the overnight hours. Going to take a look at the satellite. Not looking as impressive as it did a couple of days ago, but still a powerful storm. Category 2, peak winds at 110 miles per hour. Anticipated to move north close to the Savannah Hilton Head area and then turn off towards the right and be very close to Charleston as we head through the day on Saturday. For us, all we're going to have to worry about is some chilly temperatures. It's going to get cold tonight, dropping well down into the 30s in most locations, maybe even some upper 20s. We'll see some clear skies for a while, then the clouds come back for a while as we head through time early tomorrow. And along with that, a chance for some isolated flurries and maybe some sprinkles. Winds will remain light, but as we head through the day, we'll see decreasing clouds with a continued chance for an isolated sprinkle or flurry across far northern Minnesota. Elsewhere, we're going to stay dry with clearing skies. Freeze warning in effect tonight for most of the area outside of our northeasternmost counties. Here in Fargo, we start off the day right around 30 degrees. We're going to warm it up into the 40s at lunchtime. We're going to top out not very warm, but a touch warmer than today, right around 50 degrees with some lighter winds. Picture of the day. Thanks for Debbie for sending this in. The Horseman Lake sunset over near Bemidji. A gorgeous shot that we'll use as the background of our 7-day forecast. And if you like warmer weather, just a couple days away, some low 60s Sunday, 70 on Monday, but then we back into the 50s on Tuesday and Wednesday.
Well, I like warmer weather.
Well, we'll have it a little warmer on Monday.
All right. Thanks, Robert. And it's been the topic of a lot of people's conversation. Is it real or just a sick joke? Around the country, clowns have been scaring people, and in some cases, committing crimes and threatening others online. The fear of the mask and costume has reached a point where there are now clown trackers, and you can report where you saw a clown and alert other people. Valley News Team's crime and safety reporter Nicole Johnson has more.
No way.
Dude, get out of here.
Back up.
Go.
Kind of eggs people on to go do it.
Every day there are more pictures, more videos, and more news stories about people in clown costumes.
As if being a clown wasn't scary enough before, now it's like escalated, or anybody who had a clown fear before is probably having anxiety attacks every day thinking they're going to run into one.
NDSU student Dane Hogaboom tweeted this picture. It's been floating around on the internet. Allegedly, it's taken at a parking lot on campus, but a lot of people are saying it's fake.
I don't think there's any reason to be scared for clowns. It's kind of like if somebody's really out to hurt you, I don't think they're going to dress up in bright colors and announce it, you know.
Hogaboom says the trend has gone further than it should have. Now there are Twitter accounts where you can report clown sightings. People using the hashtag stay safe. Someone even created this with Google Maps, showing confirmed clown sightings, threats, or crimes. There haven't been any clown crimes in our area, but expect clown sightings.
Been flying off the shelf, so we're down to just the few that you see left, but we had an entire wall of clowns. So yeah, so it's just, we've had so much action and publicity on clown this season. It's been crazy.
All the publicity has ramped up clown sales at Halloween Express.
I think it's just been kind of a fun prank, and again, everybody just loves clowns, so I think it's that little bit of that childish horror that people have with clowns.
It's the costume of the year, but it's not a great idea, according to Hogaboom.
I've seen so many people now post, oh, if I see a clown, I'm gonna hit him with my car, or I'm gonna beat him up, you know.
He says what started as a joke should stay that way, so no one gets hurt. Nicole Johnson, Valley News Live.
Fargo police recently posted on their Facebook page that dressing up as a creepy clown before Halloween is just not a good idea. Police in the Twin Cities have already warned that clown threats online will be taken seriously. In fact, they are investigating multiple social media accounts. Hurricane Matthew is now a Category 2 storm, but authorities warn that there is no reason to relax. There is still potential danger. Reports say Matthew is approaching Savannah, Georgia, and the Carolinas. Storm surge flooding has already done major damage in Florida, and now residents of those states are bracing for the storm. Hurricane warnings are in effect from northern Florida up past Willington, North Carolina. Allegations of price gouging are emerging as Hurricane Matthew slams Florida. The state attorney general is getting thousands of tips on a special hotline, including complaints about some gas stations charging $9 a gallon for gas, and one store selling bottled water for a whopping $30. One woman had to leave the motel her family was staying at after she says the room rate was bumped up from $51 to $200. Federal agents stormed the Texas offices of Backpage.com, arresting the CEO in the process. A warrant out for his arrest after the state of California charged him with pimping a minor. We've known for quite some time of this trafficking and sex work happening right here at home through Backpage.com. And the police have too. They arrested 18 people earlier this summer during an underage sex solicitation sting.
It's a sickening thing that we have going on, and we're going to do our best to continue to combat it so that anybody that's looking at one of these places that hosts ads for these kind of connections, hopefully the person sitting behind the computer gets the message.
Backpage.com remains online and running despite attempts at congressional legislation and 48 out of the 50 state attorney generals pressing the company to do more. We are just weeks away from when you will cast your ballot in the election. In North Dakota, you will be voting 5 measures. One of them involves rights of crime victims. Measure 3, nicknamed Marcy's Law, would add to the state constitution that crime victims would have to be notified about court proceedings like plea deals, parole hearings, and the right to refuse interviews or depositions made by the defendant or their attorney. Proponents say it will help strengthen the laws we already have on the books. However, opponents say it will cost the state millions of dollars each year to add the additional staffing.
They're opposed to it because if the system is working well now, we're taking care of victims, and what this is going to do is impose an additional financial burden on the whole system.
That their rights to be heard, their right to be notified, their right to restitution, and their right to be free from harassment is constitutionally protected and levels the playing field between defendants and victims.
To learn more about this measure, click on this story on valleynewslive.com. We have a few channel moves to tell you about. Last night, Cable 1 made the switch. KXJB has moved from channel 4 1004 to channel 9 1009. KRDX will be added to channel 4 1004 as well. And customers with DVR or TiVo recordings will want to make sure that channel numbers are correct. Also, guide information may not be available until October 14th. Please know that these changes are on behalf of Cable 1 and not of Valley News Live. A mural that's been hidden for more than 40 years at the Grand Forks Air Force Base has been discovered. The mural was found on a hidden wall while renovating office space. Look at this. It was painted in the 1970s by Airman Candido Veras, who painted several of them around the Northern Valley. Ferris continues painting his entire life all over the world until his death in 2009. Base officials are now working with the North Dakota Historical Society to preserve the mural. Tonight, Swanston Equipment unveiled a special bobcat that will be used to raise money for multiple breast cancer foundations in the Fargo, Moorhead, and West Fargo areas.
So this is big. This is very emotional. It's doing something as a team to give back to our community that's given us so much as a company.
Tonight's donations will go to aid the foundation's breast cancer research, awareness, and fight for a cure. Looking for something fun to do this weekend? The 8th annual Fargo Oktoberfest started in downtown Fargo tonight. The tapping of the keg ceremony kicked off the weekend's festivities. Oktoberfest is a place where you can sample an endless amount of beer. Oktoberfest activities will be going on all day tomorrow, including a beanbag tournament, hot dog eating contest, beer sampling, and of course, little ones will enjoy some root beer.
We have a big German influence in our community, right? So Oktoberfest just ended in Munich, so why not have fun here in Fargo Moorhead, building on that great tradition of Oktoberfest.
For more information and a schedule of the weekend's activities, just head over to valleynewslive.com and click on the Hot button. Remember to like Valley News Live on Facebook so that way you can follow the latest news, weather, and breaking news updates anytime on your feed. Just go ahead and search Valley News Live, like our page, and you'll stay informed throughout the entire day. Still ahead tonight, what is the future of the coal industry? One man says the answer lies right here in North Dakota. That story's next.